Well, we've wrapped up our time in Beirut, and wow, I'm actually really, really impressed.
Yeah, that's your overall thought? You're
Impressed? Yeah, yeah.
Me too. I guess going into it, I had some ideas of what I thought it would be, and
Like,
like the Middle East,
what's
I
that
guess.
supposed to mean? Like the Middle East?
Well, the architecture,
Yeah.
all the sand, that's still there. It is
Wasn't a
still
tremendous amount of sand though.
no, but
No
there's
sandstorms.
still a lot of beige.
Yeah.
A lot of
All right, so we're in Beirut. We've been here for about 12 hours or so. First impressions, it's different than we had expected, especially after living in the Middle East. And then coming back here, we had expected it to be maybe a little more like... Well, no, that's about right. That's about right there. That sounds exactly like we remember it. No, so there's this really interesting vibe here that you've got a good mix of Western and Arabic, and it seems like people are quite open here. Seems to be far more liberal than other places that we've been to in the Middle East. A lot of construction around, a lot of noises and such from traffic, but it's really cool.
I think two things were my favorite. The people were really nice and actually a good amount of English, so it was easy, like if you popped into a coffee shop, to chat with them. Very open and nice. And the other thing is, it seems like religiously they live in harmony. We went to one of the big mosques, and right next to the big mosque is a big church. And because it's Christmas time, they had a huge Christmas tree and a manger. The guy at the mosque was really nice, let us in, chatted about things. So I think that it's harmonious there.
Yeah.
So
One of the things that might be slightly off-putting is that in the city center, like in the core, there seem to be a lot of armed guards. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, you want security, but seeing so many armed guards, it makes you feel like there's an imminent threat.
What's going on?
Yeah, like what is about to happen. Nothing did happen, but
and
it's just strange.
There's this one square that I think that they're trying to not. They don't allow cars to go through, so they've got these big barriers and there's
Heavily
guards
guarded.
there. So maybe they're worried about car bombings or something, like, because it's almost like all these roads leading to this middle area, and there's shops and restaurants in this whole area. So maybe these roads, they're worried that something could happen and it would be catastrophic because of the way that it's set up. So that's a little weird. You can walk through into them and they don't say anything to you, but it is almost like, are we allowed to go through here?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot in terms of like residences in that area, but it looked like there were some like big governmental buildings. And we actually went up to one of the barricades and decided to just try to walk through, and we didn't get stopped or anything. We just passed through and found a cafe. Kalie was hungry. She didn't eat breakfast with the rest of us. So yeah, we just had a coffee and she had a meal, and it was all cool. We had a really nice view of this clock tower, and then that was it. We left the area and shot some more videos in the general area.
And I think because that area, there are government buildings, and apparently is it president or prime minister? Maybe
Prime Minister.
Their prime minister lives in that area. So we found this out when we were speaking later on to a worker at a coffee shop, and because Josh was filming, and this guard like kind of started shouting at us from like way far away, like, you're not allowed to film here.
I had no idea what I was filming either. I was just like, oh, this is interesting. And then I start getting shouted at.
Yeah, and he has like this big gun, and you're like, okay. So we mentioned that to this girl, and she said that she lives there, had the same problem as well, and it's because the prime minister lives around there, and so they just don't want anything being filmed, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed at a really nice hotel. Shout out to the Sofitel de Gabriel in Beirut. Very nice. The door people were a little bit
Unwelcoming.
Unwelcoming or unorganized. I don't know, untrained. But once you're in the hotel, it's all good. It's very cool.
It's a good area too. There's some little restaurants around there and a little mall.
You're in walking distance of apparently the best falafel place. Although we had the last falafels of the night, they weren't like overwhelming. They were probably underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, literally the last ones. They were just getting ready to close. And
yeah, there was a group. We were a group of 6, and I think we got the last 2.
Falafel, and they had to do like kebabs or something.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
And some people came in behind us, and they're like, "Nope."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay."
But I mean, it was good, but yeah. And it was very close to a shopping district that was very Western. Was not as nice as the Beirut souk. Wow, that was high end.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we thought when you think of souk, you think more of market kind of stalls, I guess. But this was more like an outdoor arcade, you know, like a shopping arcade, not like video game arcade.
Yeah.
So high end stuff. It was really nice.
All right, mate. So far, what do you think?
Man, not at all what I expected. We just walked through the Beirut Souk. Am I saying that right?
Souk.
Souk. I've heard it both ways. Beirut Souk.
I think that's a Singaporean word.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it is. Very high end.
Very high end. Yeah, it wasn't what I expected. All luxury brands.
All luxury brands. And in a city like this that we found to be quite expensive, we knew we weren't getting any deals.
Nope.
Just some window shopping, but I didn't dip into any of the stores.
No price haggling.
So, no.
What you see is what you get.
That's right.
It's very nice though.
It was very nice. The fascinating thing about it is that it was built on ruins. There's a couple of gaps between the buildings where you could see like old columns and just ruins. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep. Yacht club behind this.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Josh, what are we up to next?
We're gonna try to find the beach.
Yeah.
Which way's the beach?
Beach, I think, is that way. Could be that way. Could be somewhere in the middle. That surprised me. Number one, it's a lot more Christmassy than I expected. You can probably see over my shoulder they've got hanging lit up snowflakes. We've seen Santa, we've seen Christmas trees all over the place. Did not expect that. In fact, our taxi driver even asked us why we weren't staying here for Christmas. So that seems to be a very big thing here. Another thing, I had never really seen this before, but I've seen a lot of businessmen, men in very nice suits, either driving motorcycles or riding on the back of motorcycles as opposed to taking taxis or driving. So not sure exactly what that says about the economy here, but I found it interesting. We'll check in later. See ya.
Well, that wraps up our less than 48 hours in Beirut, because we did want to get the 48-hour visa, the transit visa, so we didn't have to pay to enter the country. So that wraps it up, and we're on to Cyprus.